Hey, welcome everyone. We have reached the semi-final stage of the Season 10 tournament. Um, I am here with Doctor, brought out of retirement, especially for tonight. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for coming on. How are you doing?
Let me plug in the headphones real quick so I don't get back once the game starts going.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's just, while we're here, let's take a quick look at the tournament as it stands currently. One second. So yeah, uh, So yeah, we had the quarterfinals last week. Strelok, Three-Way Lover, Micro Machine, and Spiny all coming through, which sets up tonight's semi-finals between Strelok and Three-Way Lover, and then we'll have semi-final two between Micro Machine and Spiny. Some pretty decent bots there, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, totally.
yeah.
Sorry, I
So,
need to let
oh,
my
sorry.
assistant know up there.
That's all right.
This is a bit of a surprise stream, so
Oh no, that's
um,
cool. Yeah, if anyone didn't know, I dragged Doctor out of retirement about a couple of hours ago saying, I need someone to cast with me, help!
yeah, no,
And
it's all good.
Doctor has graciously decided to come on again, so mad
I,
props.
I look forward to it. At the same time, I just need to let people know what I'm up to. So
That's no problem, but cool. But yes, so Strelok is the only new participant into the semi-finals. All of the others have been here
like
before.
I would have been surprised. That's surprising news to me. His bot's so strong.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think he's been here before. Um, Three-Way Lover, Micro Machine, and Spiny obviously have all been here many times before, so or a few at least. But anyway, shall we have a look at our first game anyway?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um, right, just let me get set up here a moment.
Yeah,
Um,
fingers crossed it opens on my end too. Give me a second.
yeah. So first up is Strelok versus Three-Way Lover. First game will be on Eternal Empire. Generally a
Nice.
map that tends to have lots of fun games.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's one of the better maps we've had from the past couple seasons map pool. A
Yeah,
little sad it replaced Purity and Industry last season,
Purity
but
Industry
it's
was such a good map.
dude. I had the best meme games on it. It
Yeah,
was
I
glorious.
think me and you shared one, didn't we? Was that the map we played
Oh
on
yeah,
in the
we had that
tournament?
one too in the tournament. Oh, that was a glorious meme too. Oh man,
Yeah,
that game was so funny.
I I still haven't forgiven you for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you won though.
Was that the one I won? I thought no. No, what's the other one? Sorry, I'm getting that mixed up with the one with the hidden base. No,
Yeah,
no,
for
that
sure.
was
I
the
mean,
hidden base. Yeah, yeah.
that one
Sorry.
kind of had a hidden base. It just floated it to the island, and then worker rushed you. That was so
Yeah,
funny.
that was funny.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, it was so funny. But yeah, anyways, Eternal Empire, great map. I think in general, it's a little Protoss favorites for some reason. At least in my experience,
yeah,
like every time I unban it, like half my games are against Protoss on this map.
yeah,
So I think it's slightly Protoss favorite, but overall it's pretty even. It's nothing major. It's no like purity and
yeah.
industry in terms of Terran favor. So
Cool. Give me a shout when you got the replay open.
yeah, it's up and ready.
Cool. Okay. I'll just actually forgot to take the catch up. So going in three, two, one, go. Okay. So starting in the top right hand corner in the red, in the semi final, it is Three-Way Lover, and down in the bottom left, it is Strelok in the blue Terran. But yeah. So I don't know if you've caught many games from the tournament at all.
I haven't caught too many of them.
Uh,
Uh,
so
I have been busy with life and other things, but has there been any highlights?
yeah, so we had Sharkbot win out of a group with himself and was it? Who definitely wasn't favoured to get through. So that was great. Unfortunately, Sharkbot couldn't make it through the quarterfinals, which is a
Oof.
shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. I
Let,
always love the newer bots. Looks like we
yeah,
got Proxy Rax at the like 6
Yeah.
base of
Nice little proxy
three-way
coming
lever.
through.
It's nice and centered.
Yeah. If that was a
Trying
command
to.
center, I'd understand, but it's not quite.
I thought it was a command center for a second. Like I was talking to not Cryptius. That's you. The other guy. Dude, why am I drawing a blank? The planetary rush guy. Ketrock.
Ketrock,
Yes, I was talking to Ketrock about advice on how to make Protoss. And he's like, yeah, so all you got to do is you got to build an engineering bay at your expansion, right? When they scout you. And then they'll think, oh, yes, that is a command center. There is nothing unusual here. And once they leave, you just cancel it. And like when I saw this barracks right here, I'm like, aha, this must be a command center. It must be oh, wait, nope, that barracks is actually just a barracks because it's so centered. It like it tricked me for a second.
Perfect. But yeah, that's a nice little tactic because not many people actually click on it once they see the thing going down.
Yeah, I mean, well, why else would it be anything else? And they see it on the minimap too, because once they leave and you don't cancel it.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with chat right now. Looks like Marauder Rush is incoming. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. Yes, sir. Yeah. This does appear to be a Marauder Rush. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Well, Marauder Rush.
So a Stalker coming out and Robo Bay from Three-Way Lover. No defensive structures yet, but no expansion either, which is good.
Shawarma.
550 to my shawarma. Shawarma.
I have no idea what that even is. I'm showing my American culture and my lack of understanding of anything other than pizza and burgers here. But
yeah,
I've never heard of shawarma.
I haven't either. It's fine, you know. So, defensive structures all coming out now from Three-Way Lover.
Shawarma, $50 for shawarma.
That's a lot of money to spend on shawarma.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried for Three-Way Lover right now. These shield batteries just now finishing. Looks like he gets one down, but there's still a hard wall. The Stalker's going to pick off at the Marauders slowly over time. And this is very, very good for the Protoss, right? Because these shield batteries are going to heal the Stalker, but there's nothing to heal the Marauders, right? So even though there's only one Stalker, like you can pick off the Marauders' health over time. He needs to stop making shield batteries, start making an immortal, start making more Stalkers. Otherwise, he's going to be in a world of pain, right? Like,
I think
he can keep healing his units. Yeah, is he? I don't see anything being building.
No, I say he needs to get the Immortal out because if he gets the Immortal out, that should deal with the Marauders pretty well. But
yeah, it definitely helps, especially with shield batteries. He needs to stop making shield batteries. Oh, Void Ray could work. Void Ray is a very unusual choice. Like, because with this build order, right? Like, I don't know what Three-Way Lover's plan is here normally, right? Like Robo and Stargate.
The problem here I see is that even though like Strelok was the one who did the rush, he's ahead in economy and like up in workers, and you know there's no way that Three-Way Lover is really getting out of this position until he gets at least a couple of good Void Rays out. So it's worrying for Three-Way Lover at the moment, although maybe this Void Ray can help.
Definitely is worrying, but if there's one thing that's good against Marauders, it's definitely Void Rays. He's got to use the prismatic alignment. Like Marauders are armored, and prismatic alignment does bonus damage against the Void Ray.
So he's going for the workers now.
He is going for the workers. He's just got to stop making shield batteries and pylons. He doesn't need them. No Void Ray. The ADHD Void Ray.
Oh no, he's just facing around the other Marauders when there's a bunch taking out his entire worker line.
Yeah, that's not good. Cancel the gateway, get another Void Ray.
Yeah, it's the only way he's going to win this.
Oof. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, wow.
What a tragic shame.
That was, yeah, I mean, he could have held it off if he just kept the Void Ray around with the other Marauders, I think.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be an easy hold. I'm a little surprised, actually, because Void Rays, like, deal so well with Marauders, because Marauders just don't show up, and they do bonus damage to Marauders.
Right. I think this is Dunzo. I am going to have to fast forward this, guys. Bullet here, Strelok taking the 1-0 win. That was, yeah, I honestly thought he had everything he needed to hold there, but obviously not.
Yeah, and he still does. Like he just needs to
Well,
fly in the void ray and kill all the marauders. Like,
the problem at the moment is he has no workers and no minerals to build anymore. So
that's true. Oof.
yeah,
Oof.
so
And he
it's
like, man, this targeting off a three-way lever. Like, there's one marauder with 5 health left, and he's like, no, I must attack the marine. Yes, the marine. There is a marauder in range. All I have to do is hit that marauder once, but I want to hit that marine. So
yeah. I think the problem was he's got the logic in there to say that anything that can hit me, I need to take out first. So yeah, it's but yeah, that was a close game anyway. I think we wasn't too far off from holding that. I think getting a marauder out would have been a lot better. But
immortal, you mean?
yes, yeah, immortal. That's the one. You can't get a marauder out
Yeah,
of it.
I have a lot of experience with Proxy Marauder. I think Void Ray and Immortal are both valid answers.
Yeah,
I think Void Rays are a little easier to hold with, just because like you literally can't lose them.
yeah,
For bots, it's probably like more of a toss up because the Marauders, as long as you hold the high ground, the Immortals are gonna absolutely shred every single like Marauder.
yes.
Uh,
And like, if you have a couple of shield batteries, there's no way you're losing them anyway. So
for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So
But you
immortal
have to
there
keep
would
that
have
high
been
ground.
yes,
So
yeah, you definitely do. Anyway, our next game is going to be on Nightshade. Give me a shout when you've got that ready to go. Yeah, it's interesting to see because I know Astrolog has a bunch of other strategies, but I don't think he'll use them until he takes a loss. So
Cyclones. Cyclones.
cyclones, possibly. We'll see.
So one thing you got to keep in mind though, like even if he doesn't use other strategies until he gets a loss, there's still a serious chance that Strelic will get a loss with this because like even though they're AIs and even though like they're scripted and you would think, hey, these are deterministic, like you're going to have the same result with the strange strategies butt heads against each other. And while that is true, the maps make a huge, huge difference,
Yes.
right? So even the tiniest variations in terrain or maps or building location, uh, I can like honestly change things entirely around, right? Like if
Yeah.
he doesn't see those Marines coming and he just took an extra second to focus fire the like stalkers or the Marauders hitting his mineral line, then
Yeah.
he would have had the economy to keep making void rays and he would have had the hold, right? So there's like, even though it was a pretty like crazy game against each other, I think like it's anybody's game right now. So
Yeah. Cool. Give me a shout when you're ready to go with Nightshade.
sorry, yeah,
That's it.
all good. Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Probably should have given that in-depth analysis after we started.
No. That's good, man. That's good. I like it. I like it. So Strelok going for the good luck strategy. Up in up in the top left, in the red, 1-0 down, but looking to come back is three-way lover. And our young challenger in the bottom right, it is Strelok.
And I think the other thing we have to keep in mind is three-way lover is definitely one who has had many, many, many strategies over the years, and he definitely has many
Yeah.
things in his arsenal. So you think there's a chance he does something other than what he did last game? The last game was kind of surprising to me. I don't fully understand what he was going for because he was on one base, and one base is normally a very all-in strategy, right? So you normally go hard on Immortals and get a Warp Prism and do some serious damage with that, or you go hard on like Void Rays or Blink Stalkers or something. But he had both a Stargate and a Robo, which was very unusual.
Yeah, I think he was going for a particular strategy and then realized he was getting rushed and decided to put out a ton of defensive structures. And it possibly didn't work out as well in terms of actually getting units out. So I think that was maybe the problem there. So we'll have to see how he deals with that in using a different strategy. So possibly.
Looks like Strelok's going for that Proxy Marauder again.
It's the same strategy, it looks like, yeah.
What do you think of his proxy location?
It's a bit far away, really. I would have preferred it like somewhere up around kind of like the this base here, in or the third base location.
Yeah, the third, yeah. I'm right there with you.
But,
One thing that makes we're probably not going to see this on this map because they're bot games. But one thing that makes Proxy Marauder really annoying to do on this map, and honestly the reason I never do, like, I shouldn't say never, but rarely do it on this map, is on the natural you have 2 ramps, right? There is no way to even get up the natural without going up a ramp, let alone getting into the main. So you have to go up a ramp on the natural and a ramp into the main, right? So I don't like Three-Way Lover definitely loves his one base build, so probably not going to see an expansion that might not come into play, but it's definitely an annoying thing. But
So
right.
one thing that is very, very difficult with bot programming is trying to get the proxy locations correct, unless you actually specifically set them for each map. And like, it's something that I ended up doing, which is the best way. It's like I'd just go to each map and say build here or build here, which is a terrible way of doing it. But if you want to actually get an algorithm for determining where your proxy is going to be, it's like get to the third nearest base. I think like that's what Strelok is doing, which
For
is
sure, yeah.
entirely possible.
I think hard coding for each map building placement is probably one of the best ways to do things.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really hard to get generic algorithms for building placements going.
So I think this time he has the Stalker out slightly earlier, and also has a couple of cannons coming out earlier as well. So,
do you think this build order is specifically designed against Terran for this map? Because it's very unusual to get Stargate and Forge.
Yeah, I
and
think
batteries. It's kind of interesting.
I think it's something he's had specifically designed for Terran, definitely.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going in a similar direction for last time. But we've got the Void Ray out a lot earlier this time, so let's see if he can do a bit more work.
Yeah, the Void Ray is out before the wall's even broken. It's a bit of a shame this the cannon placement can't actually hit through the wall.
Void Ray's going AWOL again, look.
The Void Ray?
Oh, but it does look like he's doing a bit better this time anyway. Looks
yeah,
like this is going to be a hold.
Yeah, like we were saying, even slight variations on the map can like change things. So the Marauders went in a direction where they couldn't escape, and the Void Ray had less distraction. So
yeah, that's no, just taking out the lone Marine. But looks like Thoughts going to persist with this strategy for a little while longer anyway. But he's getting some Marines out now. So normally I know Three-Way Lover likes to go into Tempests, but going into Tempests off one base is very, very difficult.
Yeah, it definitely is. Did we see a GSL game where it was either one base or two base Tempest against like Bjorn recently?
I
like
think
it's
so,
very.
yeah.
It reminded me of the bot game so much. Looks like Fleet Beacon is on the way, so Tempest should be coming out soon.
Maybe the pros have been watching us and taking some tips.
But wouldn't that be wonderful? like
like
if they like ever watched me commentate though, he would have known to get +2 weapons for his Tempest, but never happened unfortunately.
Yeah, it'd be great to get a shout out in GSL. It's like, yeah, I stole this tactic from Micro Machine.
Yeah, Micro Machine made it look so easy. Like all he had to do is control units on every screen at the same time. Like, why isn't it working for me? Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, those pros are the type of people that could probably almost do that.
Yeah, it would be terrifying to play against. Like Bjorn and Mario especially.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like we're getting some action from these Void Rays anyway.
Yeah. It's definitely looking like a little bit of a pickle for Strelok. He's not out yet. His factory's not done, which is going to be very annoying because Cyclones are one of the easiest ways to deal with Void Rays. Without Cyclones, it's going to be way harder. But again, he's definitely not out yet because he has missile turrets. Missile turrets are very good against Void Rays. And he has an entire base up against Three-Way Lover. So he can lose like an entire base worth of economy and still not be in a terrible spot. Like, wouldn't be out at least.
So yeah, I can see one problem is that these Marines here are always running away and stimming, and then like they're not actually engaging the Void Rays at all.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. Another problem is he's spending a lot of money on repair. He's repairing the factory, repairing his command center. And in doing so, he does not have the economy to make the Cyclone he needs, right? He just keeps pumping out Marines. Come on, get a Cyclone. No, not an Armory, Cyclone. Cyclone is what we want to see.
Ooh. So one of the Void Rays going down. I think he didn't work out the missile turret range.
Oof, yeah, not good.
Oh.
And it's a shame he's not making Cyclones yet. Like, Strelk is known for pretty good Cyclone micro.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's making Marines all the way across the map, too.
Yeah. So he's got a bunch of Marines coming there, but it just looks like these Void Rays are getting stuck on the base.
They are getting stuck on the base, but it's not the end of the world for him. He is denying so much mining time. Strelk's spending so much money repairing, and he is spending like every second an SCV is away from mining is another mineral lost, right? Like SCV is harvested around like 1 mineral a minute. So if he has like 10 SCVs not mining for 5 seconds, that's a whole Marine like that he killed effectively. So
yeah. Yeah. So
basically, my point is he doesn't actually have to kill things. He just needs to deny mining and like.
If he denies mining and spends all the resources repairing, that's pretty much as good.
Oh, but... Strelok, tank, no.
No, that's not what you need in this against this composition.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Funny story. I've been playing a lot of ladder recently, and Void Ray rushes are crazy strong. If you're a Protoss and you want to beat Terrans easily, just Void Ray rush every game. Like even pros have a hard time holding it.
Yeah.
So I was like at tanking with my friend. I'm asking like, hey, so how do we beat Void Ray rushes? And we like Google it. Top result is get a tank. I'm not even joking this. Like if you Google search for how to beat Void Ray rushes, it will say get a tank and use the tanks to kill the shield batteries. I think Strelok has spent too much time on Google right now. Because I have to disagree with that assessment. Tanks do nothing against Void Rays. Absolutely nothing.
I would agree with you, but there's no shield batteries here, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, like what?
I mean, like, yeah, there's just nothing now. I'm probably gonna call.
Yeah, we can definitely fast forward this one.
Yeah, definitely.
It's 10 SCVs to the 63 probes, so not great.
Yeah. So three-way lover tying up the series 1-1. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy strong strategy at the moment for three-way lover.
Yeah, Protosses in general. I think Void Rays have, like, people were memeing like how movement speed for Void Rays like did nothing for them in terms of their strength, but they're so much stronger now for movement speed alone. Let alone the fact that they build faster and cheaper. Right?
Yeah, they're faster, they're cheaper, they move faster, and I also like the upgrade to the Tempest, even though it's not like that strong, I don't think, but it's good.
The thing about the Tempest upgrade that drives me insane is it charges up the shot and it's blue, and then it fires and it's orange, and it confuses me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No,
didn't
that's
mean to interrupt your thought.
No, you're more than welcome. I don't have a lot of thoughts, so you're fine to go wherever.
I know, you got plenty. Don't sell yourself short.
That's all right. So our next game up is going to be on Simulacrum. However you pronounce it. Just call it Sim. It's fine.
SimCity?
SimCity, yeah. We're playing a map on SimCity, guys. It's fine.
This map definitely reminds me of a map we had earlier. Like the layout seems like I always forget the name of the map, but like it seems identical to a map we had previously. Anyways, what do you think we're gonna have? Oh, okay, no, let's. I'm up and ready. We can have our discussion after we start.
All right, ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Okay, so up in the top left, it is Strelok on the red turn. Down in bottom right, blue Protoss, it is three-way lover. Anyway, go ahead.
I totally lost my train of thought. I was basically just gonna ask you, what do you think we're gonna see on this game? Strelick
I,
doesn't
I
change strategies unless he loses, but it looks like he might. Like,
yeah, I
I guess
think
we
he's
might have
going
a
to go for
spoiler
the
here.
same strategy. Yeah, it does look that way. But I think three-way lover might actually go for something different, possibly. Um,
I mean, there is a valid scout. Now, based on the placement of this Rax, it looks like definitely a proxy.
oh, oh God, yeah. This is going to get here so much sooner than the last one. Like, it's probably going to be a good 10, 15 seconds earlier, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. And I mentioned this on the previous map too. One thing that drives me nuts when you proxy Marauder is the high ground to low ground vision change, right? Like, sure, you can lift your barracks, but then you're not making Marauders. Making the racks here on this third location is a bit of a pain because you have to go from the low ground to the high ground. If you build the proxy racks at the other third, there's no low ground to high ground transition.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's something to be said by, oh, maybe he won't scout it as easily here, but I still think that
I
their
mean, this is the
proxy
first place
location
I'd
is
scout, to
vastly
be honest.
superior.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, to be honest, this is the first place I'd scout as a Protoss if I were looking for a proxy.
Oh, really? Like, I think you might even just see it just naturally walking across the
Yeah,
map, to be honest.
I,
Like, I forget how the pathing works, but,
I
like,
don't
there's
think
a
so. No, he
decent
hasn't.
chance, like,
If
you'll
if
just
he
walk up
if
that
he were
road.
to come right to the edge of the platform, there's a good chance he sees it, but not at the moment.
So one thing that's different this game is Three-Way Lover is getting a Nexus on the low ground. He's going gate, I think core of the Nexus. I didn't actually see the
Yeah,
timing. And it's going to be a bit rough, especially considering the placement of his second pylon, right? So what you want to do with that second pylon, you want to place it on the low ground, and you want to start just so you have the, excuse me, the option of getting batteries on the low ground. You get a battery on the low ground, your Nexus on the low ground finishes, and you'll be able to overcharge the battery.
yeah.
And just having the ability to buy time from the low ground to the high ground helps you get the time that you need to get out a Void Ray and get out an Immortal. And just that pylon placement might actually make him very sad, to say
Oh,
the
this
least.
is that was bad that Nexus finished just at the second that the orders came in, so he couldn't cancel it. And it looks like this pylon's going down, possibly.
Yeah, one thing that's going in Three-Way Lover's way, or going his way, is the fact that the Marauders aren't focusing the Stalker as much as they could be. Oof. Well, just as I
That's
say
calmed
that,
down. Yeah, there is no defense here now for three-way lover.
cancel those assimilators. Get an Immortal. Come on.
Get an immortal? No.
No Immortal. Without that Immortal, it's going to be way hard to hold this off. Looks like
Yeah.
the Marauders are distracted, and that's going to buy some time. Get a Void Ray, maybe? Void Ray?
It's
Any second
possible. Like,
Oof.
he's going for
No.
a...
No, not Fleet Bacon.
No, not
the Fleet Bacon. Cancel the Fleet
Rays.
Bacon.
Oh,
And he didn't cancel it. Oh, this is a tragedy. Protoss, I think, has the easiest time writing cancel logic. All you have to do is see if your building's building and you don't have shields. That's happening.
Yeah.
You could probably be safe to cancel. It looks like, unfortunately, it didn't happen this time, and he's in a world of trouble.
Oh, there is nothing here he can do. I don't think he's even going to get enough gas for... And he's trying to build a fleet beacon again.
Not the Fleet Bacon! And it goes down! No!
And there's no gateway, no fleet beacon, no hope.
Oh, the tragedy. It just breaks my heart to see him have all the tools he needs to deal with this rush, and then just not execute with them.
Oh, okay, so I think we should call this one here. Strelok going to take a 2-1 lead. He is speed running his wins here. Like,
Oof, yeah.
yeah, it's GG Strelok.
I'm actually rethinking my comment about having the pylon on the low ground. Because, like, these are bots after all.
Yeah.
Like, building the pylon on the low ground, you can supply block yourself pretty easy, and the bot might not know he needs to rebuild it. So,
yeah. So that was a very quick game there. Strelok doesn't want to keep us tonight, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Right, so let's see if three-way lover can come back in game 4. It is on Zen. And Zen actually has a couple of really nice choke points on it, like especially going down from the natural into the low ground there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, Favorite choke point on Zen is the choke point at the fourth base. Oh man, I miss this
Yeah.
map.
Oh,
This
it's so good.
I banned it for too long, and it kind of makes me sad because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Uh, so at the base to either the left or the right of your main, uh, there is a tiny little choke point, and you can build 2 racks there and make a hard wall, right? So all you gotta
Yeah.
do is build 2 racks there, make a hard wall, and just start pumping out Reapers.
It's a good
And then you
idea.
could jump from the low ground to the high ground over and over, and it's quite the meme strategy. And with the hard wall, you just jump down, heal up, and jump back in again.
Yeah.
So I'm loaded
Yeah.
up and ready when you are.
Cool. One sec. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So up in the top right, with a 2-1 lead, it is Straylock. And down in the bottom left, needs to win 2 in a row to come back and book his place in the final. It is 3-way Lava. So it doesn't look like we're going to see any deviation in Straylock's strategy at the moment anyway. Looks like he's going directly for this proxy again. And so yeah, it's a little way away. I don't know if yeah, straight where the command center should be.
Oh, sorry, I'm just muted. Definitely not taking advantage of the proxy as he or the hard wall I was
Yeah,
talking about earlier.
no,
I think it's definitely acceptable to do Marauder rushes or Reaper rushes against Protoss. I think Reapers fall off a lot harder and a lot faster than they do against other races against Protoss, which makes me sad.
yeah. Oh. So it's a little further away, this one, and I think choke points on Zen are slightly easier to hold as well, so we'll see. But he is going to go for his second Nexus, which might not be the right strategy.
Yeah, based on the last game, it looks like he doesn't have the logic
Yeah,
to deal with this as efficiently as he otherwise could. But that's not to say he's not going to be able to hold, right? Like last game, it was close. All he had to do was pump out an Immortal, pump out a Void Ray. Didn't quite have enough time to get to it. Maybe the extra chokes, there's the mineral patches in the low ground. Maybe you
yeah,
can buy time with the fact that there's a choke point there. We'll have to see. And again, for the same reason, I brought this up on the previous maps too. Those racks should go with the other third, so you don't have to go low ground to high ground, and you don't have to deal with this choke point. Like, what are you going to do if the Protoss builds a shield battery or a pylon right there and forms a hard wall on the low ground? You have to walk all the way around, letting the Protoss have an extra free, like, 20 seconds. Like, it's almost not even worth proxying at that point. The travel time is so high.
yeah. Yeah, coming up this wall here with these 2 mineral fields is never fun. We found that out in one of our quarterfinals, actually. I think it was Sharkbot versus Strelok, where Strelok was trying to come up.
Yeah, it's rough. It is a very rough place to go up. But like the hard wall potential is just so good. One interesting I've noted is Strelick likes getting 2 Marauders and Concussive finished before he jumps in with the Marauders, right? I think it's a little unusual. I think it's more common to jump in with the Marauders straight away than it is to wait.
So one thing I do like about Strelok is he doesn't waste a lot of time at the natural expansion. He'll far rather just go dive directly into the main.
Yeah, that is definitely very wise. Looks like he's getting a little distracted, but like killing these pylon probes is definitely the way to go. Killing probes over killing bases. Probes have so few health. Being able to kill them quickly and get guaranteed damage is almost the correct way to go. Like, if you ever wondered why pros are like, dude, you could just kill that base, you know? You have this doom drop, just kill the base. And they're like, nope, I just want to kill all the probes. It's because you get guaranteed damage, and the guaranteed damage is brutal.
Oh, so one thing we do have coming out that's different this time is the Observer, and obviously the Immortal coming out. One of those is slightly more important than the other, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with you on that point.
But yeah, there's definitely an Immortal coming out here. I'd like to see a couple of shield batteries as well, because if he keeps
I'd
the
complete.
Immortal alive,
Yeah, I'd agree with that sentiment. One thing you gotta remember though is this is a crazy SimCity. Like you could keep his immortal safe from the uh,
oh
marauders for quite some time. Even with the like concussive, like only one marauder's firing at the immortal at once, so he's able to do serious damage to all these immortals.
oh, they're just yeah, those Marauders are just getting absolutely shredded. You've
That
held it,
choke point put in some serious work.
yeah. That's a good hold, I think.
That is a very good hold. It's really funny. Like, got a little bit of a Casper characteristic happening. Like, right as we mentioned that, hey, like he's very good at just going in and going for the kill. Like, he killed the natural, which I
Yeah,
like. He managed to get the kill. Like, we can't like fault him for that. He's up a base now. But at the same time, that gave three-way lover the time he needed to actually hold.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the Reaper there just going for a little hello and run all the way around.
Yeah, at this point, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah,
Like I think a lot of people will look at this and be like, "Oh man, this isn't good for three-way lover," right? Because he lost his natural, he got proxied, took some economic damage. But Starcraft is a game about advantages, and I hate this word, but like trade-offs a little bit, because you can choose to either go for an early like fast CC or like proxy, right? Like one scenario, you're choosing to get a early game economic boost by getting like CC first. The other is like you're going to forego all your economy and do as much damage as you can early as possible. So just because three-way lover is behind an economy doesn't mean he doesn't have advantages in other areas.
yeah,
The main advantage he has right now is tech, right? So he has a Stargate and Robo and Fleet Beacon finished all right now. So while three-way lovers or while Strelok's trying to get like Marines, Marauders, Cyclones,
yeah.
three-way lover has some good serious opportunity to get like carriers, you know, or
It's,
something
it's,
crazy like that.
it's still very much a tier one army from Strelok, and there isn't a lot building on top of that really. We're getting starports now come out, so possibly going into something like Banshees. But
What do you think of that Tectronus getting like Banshees per se?
I don't. It's not bad if you want to just go and harass, but the problem you're going to have is that Three-Way Lover is now building a kind of army that's just going to come along and take your base, and Banshees aren't going to be very good against that, I don't think. So it's I don't really like it in this current situation, but like it would be good for a bit of harassment. But
One
so,
interesting, yeah, no, I have to agree with that assessment. One interesting thing I'm seeing on the Strelok side of the map is looks like he places Bisselter in such a way that three of his SCVs can't mine. So they're all on the
yeah,
high ground, like doing a little dance. I'm a big fan of having custom logic that automatically assigns and like forces SCVs to mine from the correct mineral patches. You always want to mine from the closer ones first. But in this scenario, it might be working a little against them because you can still get an economy boost with like 18 workers.
yeah,
Uh, but not mining at all, like definitely not as
yeah,
good.
yeah. It's definitely good.
I just find
Um,
it amusing. That's all.
but yeah, I think at the moment we've got more and more Tempests coming out. We've got Mortals. You've pretty much got everything you want as Three-Way Lover at the moment, and he's just kind of like waiting to build up a bit more. But I think it's kind of looking a bit grim for Strelok at the moment.
Yeah,
We've got
it's tough to know for sure what's up, right? Because like Strelok has almost twice the economy. If you go for
yeah,
like units tab, 55 workers to 38 probes, income almost double for Strelok. Strelok has 2,200 minerals per minute versus like 1,400 for three-way lover.
yeah,
So even though like it's just a game of trade-offs, clearly three-way lover has the scarier army in terms of tech. When do you think you should go across the map?
yeah. I think he's probably going to move out very, very soon. Actually,
I would
um,
hope so.
Yeah, I mean this army that he's got right here now, though it doesn't look very big, it probably is going to just obliterate anything that Strelok has. Although he has a cyclone, so we're going to see the cyclone in action pretty soon.
Really like the timing of Three-Way Lovers Third. It like finishes right as his workers transfer over. It finishes. They start mining like right away. Everything's like smooth, you know.
Yeah,
Like you want your third to finish no later than when you saturate both your main and your natural.
yeah,
Strelix is a little late, not the end of the world, but that kind of thing is allowing Three-Way Lover to catch up in economy again.
yeah. So those cyclones didn't last very long. They pretty
Yeah,
much got
oof.
one shot there. That was not good. But yeah, they're kind of even on bases now. Actually, Three-Way Lover now has an income advantage as well.
Oh, that's
So
scary.
yeah, he's basically just exploded in economy, and quite a significant army lead coming out.
Yeah. Strelix's base just finished. Looks like he's coming back up again in income.
Yeah.
We've got a battle happening now.
Oh,
Stim is being used. Not sure how I feel about stimming
just,
until you're fully committed to the battle.
but it's a very
You-
marauder-heavy army as well. Like there
yeah,
are
that's not
marines
good.
there, but yeah, it's having these problems we saw in the last match where the marines just don't want to commit to the fight, so they're getting shredded by the tempests.
Yeah, that's Tempest's strength secretly, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, looks like Strelic is everywhere. He
yeah,
has some units at the third of Three-Way Lover getting some economic damage in. Looks like, oh my goodness. There's a lot more worker kills this game than I thought.
yeah.
Before you take a look, guess how many worker kills there's been.
Well, 25 from
Uh,
Three-Way Lover. Sorry, I took a look before, as you said. So
Oof. Oof. Well, good guess, good guess.
yeah, I mean, like I just have this sixth sense, you know. It's there we go. But
Yeah,
so,
the advantage of Tempest is a lot of bots have very good kiting micro, right? Where they're like,
yeah,
I'm not going to commit to the fight, you know, I'm just going to jump in, pick off units, run away. Well, Tempests are better than anything else at doing that. The only way to beat them is to commit and commit hard. You get a bigger army, you jump on those Tempests and you kill all of them. If you
yeah,
just try and like if you're not like total like Sylvester Stallone or Rocky Balboa, you know, and just like full on macho man in there, like you're gonna have a rough time.
yeah. So there's a few Vikings coming out now for Strelok, but he needs a lot more of them to really go in on that many tempests. I was speaking to Ketrock a couple of weeks back about his code to deal with tempests, and he was saying it's very hard to work out when you have enough Vikings to deal with it.
It is especially hard when there's other units mixed in too, right? Because
Yep.
when there's like stalkers on the ground, you gotta factor in terrain as well, right? Because if you jump on those tempests and they kite back, and then there's stalkers on the ground behind the wall starting to shoot at your Vikings. Well, your Vikings are your committed. You can't run away with them.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's difficult. I think the magic number is 2 to 3 Vikings per Tempest, but again,
Yeah.
like if it's not just Tempest, it's very hard to know.
yeah. It very much depends on how easily you can get in as well. And also something that Three-Way Lover does well is he splits the tempests up, so it's not just one big ball. So you can't.
Oh,
just
that's
throw,
true.
You can't just throw a bunch of Vikings straight at the ball of tempests because they'll just kite in different directions. And yeah, you take one out, but then you have to fly to the other one, which has already shot you. So
Oh, that's very interesting. That's something I haven't thought about. That makes Tempest way stronger in bots than I otherwise gave him credit for.
and just as I say that now, all of the tempest funding clump up in one huge lump. Cast a curse right there. But yeah. So more coming in.
Looks like they start to spread out again, though. So
Yeah. So what really does Strelok have left that he can really deal with this? I don't think there's really much, is there?
not with this current tech.
Yeah.
I think what you want against this kind of thing is just a crap ton of Thors.
Yeah,
I don't know if that actually will work because Thors can't clump on top of each other, reducing the DPS. Well, Tempest can, meaning they can do a lot more work than the Thors can.
yeah.
So,
So one thing I've noticed as well is a lot of these units are getting overkilled. Like I just saw like 8, 9 Tempests just fire all at the same SCV. I think he's dead, boys.
yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
And that again just goes to show how strong these Tempests are in bot matchups, right?
Yeah.
Like if they're able to be this strong when you're overkilling by like 8 shots, like holy
Yeah.
moly.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, imagine what it must be like to be that SCV.
Yeah, for sure.
I am,
Yeah, Cyclones
so,
work well against Tempest in low numbers, but in higher numbers it's way harder because you have to commit pretty hard with the Cyclone to get under the Tempest, and then you have to run away. Like once they have
yeah,
like 6 or more Tempests, like Cyclones stop working as well.
yeah. So yeah, I think I am probably gonna call this one over.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd have to agree with that.
yeah,
He needs
I,
tectonic destabilizers. Improves the Tempest Resonance Cell resonance coil to do plus 40 damage versus structures. That's like straight up a poetry book or something. Like,
it's not too bad. Like, I'd
all
take
the
that.
words like flow together. But yeah,
Yeah.
this one
Anyway,
probably doesn't even matter if it gets it or not.
I'm probably gonna speed this up a little bit.
For sure.
A lot of these bots are still optimized for 4.10 because that's what's used in other competitions. So they might not have that upgrade programmed in.
It's true.
But yeah, you know what this means? We are going to the ace match. It is going to be a final game decider here to see who can book their place into the final. Uh, see the end of this.
I wonder what the difference was for three-way lover to make him go into what do you call it?
He went into a different strategy, but obviously
Yeah,
he
he
kept the
got
same
he got
strategy.
immortals.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed to go the same strategy for 2 games, then swap it out and do a different strategy for 2 games. So I don't know if that's something that goes into his thinking, but possibly.
Yeah,
All right.
it is an enigma to all of us. That's for sure.
Well, all except one of us.
True, true.
Okay, so our final match is up on Everdream. Should be a good match. I actually think this might favour Strelok slightly, just because the expansions are all a bit nearer to the main base. So if he goes with his proxy strategy, he's likely to get it a bit closer. And there's no
That's true. That's true.
massive choke points, so let me know when you're good to go. I said, hey, okay.
I'm ready.
All right, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so down in the bottom left at 2-2, it is Strelok. And up in the top right, looking to book his place in his first final, it is Three-Way Lover. Ooh. So,
Oh, there's a little bit of a bug here though. Hover over three-way lover's base. Like hover your mouse over his base.
oh, oh God, I know what's happened. No, this is Three-Way Lover here. The problem I had was so there's a story behind this. So what happens is like when the replays come in, you don't actually have the names of the bots, so you have to go and do that manually. And I've got a program that automatically does it, but unfortunately, Strelok set his name to be different than the default name, which no other bot does. So essentially, I have to go and do it manually. And obviously, what's happened is instead of using Three-Way Lover's name, I set it to Micro Machine by mistake.
Oof. That's really funny.
Yeah.
But truth be told, this is actually a three-way lever against
Yes, it is,
Strela.
definitely. I do
Yeah.
apologize for that, guys. But yeah,
Looks like he's once again proxying at the closer third at the cost of going up the ramp.
yeah. So this is...
I keep on calling it a micro machine, but three-way lever. It looks like he's
three-way
choosing
lever,
not to
yes.
expand and instead doing another one base build.
So this should be pretty good for him, I think.
Yeah, it definitely should help him hold. The tell is getting the pylon to the high ground rather than expansion, right?
Yeah,
Don't need the
definitely.
pylon that fast.
But let's see what he gets first. So he's getting the Robo Bay first.
That robo's in a unique location. I think you might be able to shoot that with a Marauder on the low ground, maybe.
Oh, it's possible. Yeah, definitely. But
I don't think we'll see it because you'd have to.
He needs to get
I think
vision
you
on
have to
first,
lift. Yeah, exactly. You'd have to lift your racks or get Marauders up in there, but
yeah.
maybe we'll see it come into play. Who knows?
But interestingly enough, Micro Machine can see that tech lab down the bottom there, so he knows he's getting proxied.
Oh, interesting. Well, oh no, oh no! It's what's that series? That famous best of 7 series. Everyone says it's the best of series 7 in all of pro.
I'm
gaming.
not sure, but
I forget.
yeah.
It's like MMA versus Squirtle, I think.
Oh, okay.
MVP versus Squirtle. Like right, there's like the most epic best of 7 ever. Like there's like the battle cruisers with the Archon toilet, you know, and like all sorts of stuff happening in the final game. MVP proxies him, right? And Squirtle holds the proxy, and right at the end, he's like, okay, I've held, and he takes his stalker to the low ground to like move across the map. And MVP kept making units, and he like catches the stalker with Gust of Shell Marauders, and the stalker dies, and it snowballs into MVP's victory. And I saw that, and I'm like, okay, you see, he's getting proxied. It's the scenario all over again, you know? Like you're getting proxied, you know you're getting proxied. Let's go into the low ground.
Oh no! So there's no units coming out here, and that Robo Bay is already depowered. There's no Immortals coming out. It doesn't look like any Stalkers are coming out either. I think Strelok may be able to do this.
This is so sad. Oh man. It all comes down to the fact that Strelok, like I've been criticizing Strelok's third proxy placement all this time, but this time it paid off for him. The tech lab was visible by the robo of three-way lever. And because of that, the stalker went to the low ground, tried to shoot at that tech lab, got caught by the Immortals, or the Marauders, and it snowballed out of control after that. And it's like doubly funny because like right at the start we're commenting about this Robo Bay, right? And we're like, oh man, I wonder if that placement of the Robo Bay will come into play. And it did in a big way. Like, it looks like that very well could be the deciding factor of this game. The fact that that Robo Bay was placed right there, letting him see the tech lab, taking the stalker, going down the ramp, and everything snowballed out of control. It is absolutely...
I mean, I don't know if Strelok planned that deliberately, but that's definitely the ultimate bait there from Strelok. Yeah.
It all comes down to the cannon at this point. Can he shoot down all the Marauders? Like, there's three with full health, but... I don't think it's going to happen either. It looks like Stim's done.
Yeah. Stim's done, but a lot of these Marauders can't actually use it because they would die. Yeah, drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, drugs are bad. Just gotta stim, like his only hope at this point is all the Marauders stim to death, then he pulls the boys and kills all the Marauders.
Yeah.
Because you can't actually kill your own units with stim. So.
Yeah. It counts the cost, but so if you can't pay the cost, you can't use the stream. But anyway, GG. It looks like Strelok will be moving on to the grand final to play the winner of our next series.
It kind of makes you wonder what the stim drugs are, you know? Like, horribly addictive, makes you lose your life, but it can't actually kill you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'd like that drug, you know. Does sound like a good idea.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Drugs are bad,
so,
kids. Okay.
Yeah, public service announcement, guys.
Winners don't do drugs.
Yeah,
Unless you're a marauder, in which case, I guess the winners actually literally did do drugs.
yeah,
So.
they did. They done a lot of drugs,
But the
and
real winner was Three-Way Lover. And the real winners don't do drugs. I mean, it must be. He must be the real winner
yeah,
because he didn't do any drugs, you know?
absolutely. That's entirely correct. Anyway, so that puts Strelok into our final. We'll see Three-Way Lover again tomorrow for the third place playoff. So yeah, our next semi-final will be Micro Machine up against Spiny.
Indeed. Spinny.
Spiny, yes. Not Spinny. In
That was a
case you
test
did,
you passed.
yeah. It's definitely like in case you didn't know the very first tournament that Rasper competed in, who was the author of Spiny. He basically had it as Spiny, and I spent the entire tournament calling the bot Spinny, and then it was only after the tournament was out, it's like, oh, sorry. I think he's forgiven me though. It's fine. Anyway,
Yeah. I forgive it as well, but apparently there's a saying that I just found out about: forgive and forget. Like, I probably heard that when I was a kid, but like I forgot about it.
yeah,
I forgot the saying and forgot it, and ever since then I just forgot.
I don't forgive
Yeah.
you for that.
Yeah, well, I've forgiven, but I haven't forgotten. We got Micro Machine versus Spinny right here. So,
That's good. Anyway,
anyways,
let me know
I'm
when you're
loaded
good to
and ready
go.
to go. Yep, I'm loaded and ready to go.
Cool. Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Down in the bottom right, it is our Zergbot. It is definitely not spinning anywhere. It is Spiny. And up in the top left, it is our returning champion, the Goliath, the Immortal. It is Micro Machine. Well, not the
Indeed.
Immortal. It's
For
only the
sure.
Immortal if it's playing Protoss like it was in the last game.
Yes. For those of us just joining us who haven't followed SC2AI too much before, Micro Machine is, I think, considered the favorite of this tournament and most tournaments he enters.
Yeah.
He's definitely had a reputation of being the bot to beat, kind of like the Cyril of the scene, at least so far.
Yeah.
There's a chance someone will overthrow him, but
he's won 2 tournaments in a row now. Looking to make it 3 possibly, but like it's got some. Spiny is actually the champion of robots at the moment, which is another tournament. So he is beatable. He's not not completely unbeatable. So and he's got some very tough competition to get through if he wants to reclaim his crown.
For sure. So it's been a while since I've seen AI battle. Have any of these bots updated their strats since last time? Micro Machine, I know, goes to go for Reapers, Cyclones, Banshees, Battlecruiser. That's his game plan. Like, nice transition. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Very strong. Spiney's, I want to say Mutas. I don't think.
I know he does.
Accurate.
He likes to do a lot of roaches, and one of the strategies that Spiny is very well known for is borrowed roaches. So he'll basically go and attack with a bunch of roaches, burrow them up, wait for them to heal, and then go attack again, and rely on the opponent not having not having any detection.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And didn't he like famously snipe Micro Machine with that build?
Yeah, well, that was in Probots. That was really well done. But yeah, so Micro Machine with the CC first. So not
What a
going
greedy
for his
strat.
rush. Yeah. So that looks like it's working though. I don't really see Spiny with too many attacks. There's a couple of Zerglings running across.
I kind of like the CC first. A lot of bots have gotten very good at holding Micro Machines early game Reaper aggression. So in order to combat that a little bit, you can be less aggressive. Like if your aggression isn't going to do damage, you might as well be more greedy, right? So get the CC first, you'll have a lot more minerals than you'll know what to do with. And that's my main problem with this build. Every time I do CC first, I'm like, okay, I have to do 3 racks as a follow-up because I have so much money. What else am I going to spend it on?
Yeah.
Micro Machine has a couple interesting things that he does, right? One of them is in the main, his bunker mining. Bunker gas mining lets you saturate all three of your gases, or both your gases with half the SCVs. So he has like 3 SCVs mining here, but he has full saturation on all of them, right?
Yeah. I think it's 4, but it's
4? Is it 4? It's
yeah.
hard
I
to
think
count. They're like
4,
dancing
yeah.
all over the place. Yeah. After I said that, I'm like, it kind of looks like 4.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's definitely 4. But yeah, it's still
so that's
significantly less than 2 this early in the game.
exactly. So that's like another place you can just dump all those extra minerals he gets from going CC first. And again, like you have all those extra minerals, dump it into the bunker mining, and you have even more income, right? So this is a very, very like explosive economic opener. Looks like Micro Machine is actually favoring going for the planetary next. I think that's something Ketrock may have started to popularize. So at least that's when I first saw him. Like Ketrock started doing planetaries on his natural. I'm like, that's very interesting. And then he just held every single aggression like ever. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is actually strong for bot versus bot. So
I think it's definitely something he's worked into his builds recently. So inspired by Ketrock maybe, but yeah, it's more.
Definitely understandable if you go CC first, right? Because you're gonna have less army. You're not gonna be able to defend anything, and it kind of makes sense because you get the bunker. Like it's like roughly 200-300 minerals extra you get from going CC first, or at least 200-300 minerals that you would otherwise have because you get your gases later too. So like you spend 100 minerals on a bunker, 125 on a engineering bay, another 100 on the bunker on the natural, right? And there's your 300 minerals. So
yeah,
very strong economic opening. I'm actually just really impressed with. As a Terran player, I notice these things. I'm like, wow, this is some pretty good economic play we're getting from these bots. That's for sure.
So something interesting happening here with the Reaper, in the fact that it got all the drones just to move from that expansion from Spiny. Micro Machine is stop hiding, insect, and fight.
Yeah, the queens eventually pushed that all away. Losing all that mining time is a lot more valuable than you would think. Again, workers harvest at around 1 mineral per second, right? You pull a dozen workers from your third, make them walk all the way down to the main and back again. That's about a minute of lost mining time. So that's 53, like almost like 350 minerals lost, right? So pretty good damage for a single Reaper.
Yep, definitely worth.
No drone kill, so it's not going to be long-term serious damage, but
I think it's got 1 or 2. Yeah, 1.
Looks like it has the 1. Well,
yeah,
decent, but still.
Baneling Nest coming in there, so that should be fun.
And Spinus has got some really, really good defense against what Micro Machine throws at him, right? So he got the Banshee. He already has Spore Crawler in place, Queens in place. Looks like he's going across the map with Lings and a single Roach. And the Cyclones are there to defend and do. Oh, get the cancel on the command center. It's right there. Just cancel the command center.
Yeah. You should have just gone in and got that straight away.
Like, it's not that big a deal to not get the cancel. It's only 100 extra minerals that Micro Machine would have lost because the command center wasn't even that far into production anyway. You cancel it, you just rebuild it. So not too big a deal to get the cancel, but like as a human player, I see a sliver of health and I'm like, I must kill it. It must die right now. I must throw my entire army away to kill it. It is the only possible thing. I cannot stand to let it survive with the sliver of HP. So bots thankfully don't have these emotions. So.
I would like to just draw attention to the fun little Nidus that we're having right there.
Oh, really? I'm glad you're catching this stuff.
Nidus network is up in natural.
Oh yeah, indeed. What do you think his plan is going to be with this Nidus?
I think it's going straight into the main. Wait, where is his overlords? Like, there's one there. So I don't think he has any vision in the main. So it's only really at the third that he's got any vision. So I think possibly going there, but I think the problem there is that all of Micro Machine's army is there. But of course,
for sure.
What's this Micro Machine saying that he's attracted to the dark arts of invisibility? Don't think he is.
Maybe he burrowed a roach or something.
Oh, okay, possibly, yeah.
Like he's research burrow, it looks like. So maybe he was about to kill a unit, and right before it died, he burrowed it or something. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, so now the overlord that was at the third base has just been taken out, so there's nowhere really for that Nidus to go. Unless it comes through to the one in front of the natural. Oh, no, it's coming in here in the main.
Banelings!
Banelings, banelings, banelings. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
not getting as much damage as I would
Okay.
have expected. Looks like that bunker mining definitely helped protect the SCVs. A little bit of some city there.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
Man,
not quite as
kind of,
much.
at least on my screen, that Nidus caught horribly on fire and it was a glorious death.
Yeah. I think you're a few seconds ahead of me, so I'm just at 8:56.
Yeah, it might be from how we're doing the countdowns at the start, and you might just be. You're at 8:56.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah, I'll
at
pause for like a
9:06 now.
second.
9, 8, 9, 9, 9,
Okay.
10.
I'm at 9:25 right now.
Okay, I'll give you a shout as soon as I'm there. I'm just
I'm
seeing
at
the.
9:29.
Okay, I'm 9:25.
Yeah, just give me a countdown when you're ready.
3, 2, go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hopefully we stay in sync.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're having the battle cruisers are out, so that's going to be getting a lot of value there for Micro Machine.
For sure. Creep spread of Spiny is not to be underestimated, though. It can be seriously, seriously difficult to do damage as a Terran if the creep spread gets this far out of control.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that the Spiny was going to deny the base on the bottom left. Looks like it went down. It's hard for bots to make this sort of like cost effectiveness decision, but like as a Zerg against Terran, you want to like Terran's going to get 3 bases, maybe 4, but the 5th base onward is way harder to hold, right? Like,
Yeah.
as a Zerg, there's a playstyle where you just sacrifice everything non-stop, just deny the 5th, deny the 6th, and starve the Terran out, right? So looks like Spiny Maya just ran away with being like, oh, this trade might not be cost effective, but you don't have to be cost effective if you're starving your opponent out so severely.
Yeah.
So.
If you're on 5 bases and he's on 3, then you're pretty good to just run stuff in there and deny everything else.
Exactly. Baneling's not going to do super hot against the battle cruisers.
No.
He's not looking super hot in the anti-air department. He has 3 infestors. Neural Parasite is on the way, not quite done yet. He just burrow the infestors so they don't get picked up by the cruisers, and he will have a pretty solid answer to the BCs.
Those Banelings are just getting ripped apart by the BCs, but well, they were.
Yeah,
Well, they're
actually think again.
They're going across the map. Oh no, the Banelings just got destroyed by the cyclones.
Yeah, I think.
I'm at 11:03.
I don't know how I'm getting out of sync.
You're running slightly faster than me? No.
I'm on faster mode, which is normal.
Yeah,
speed.
yeah, so am I. That's weird. I'm at 11:11. What time are you?
11:38.
Okay, if you pause at 11:40. Oh. And then I'll shout when I'm back. But, oh.
Is your game lagging, or are you sure you're actually on the right speed?
No, I'm sure I'm on the right speed. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay,
Because that's one thing that's really interesting about AI.
Okay, I'm up to
Sometimes these bots
11:40 now.
have such crazy APM that even like big computers run.
Yeah.
Big beefy computers run slow. Okay.
So, what time are you on now?
I'm on 11:40.
Okay, go.
I'll be slightly behind, but I'll probably catch up.
So we've got another Nidus now coming out in Micro Machine's base, but there's nothing there to really come out of the Nidus. And
it doesn't need much. Like you should just pop out a couple Zerglings.
yeah.
Looks like he managed to pick off a couple BCs with the infestors.
Yeah.
But his infestor, he doesn't have enough infestors at this point. He only has 3. They're all low on energy to use Neural Parasite. He needs more infestors.
Yeah. But it does look like this third and fourth base are pretty much going to go down here. And Spiny on just 69 supply at the moment. Not looking good for him.
Yeah, Micro Machine with living up to his name. APM's off the charts.
Yeah. APM currently over 100,000. But again, we get to the problem when we have this kind of high APM that not all of the actions are actually being processed by the client. So
it has happened in the past.
yeah.
I haven't seen it recently, but it's definitely been known to happen from time to time. And it certainly lags. Like our computers are decent at least, and like we're chugging a little bit.
Yeah. It's gone down now a little bit, I think. Oh no, it's still at 94,000.
I'm gonna meet real quick.
Yeah.
You're gonna call for my sister.
Okay. I'm going to call this one over anyway. Looks like Micro Machine will take the first game. GG, guys. Yeah, I did like the Nida strategy, but a bit too late and not quite as effective as I would have liked. Yeah. So down to just 12 supply from Spiny now. It would make it kind of sorry.
Back. Yeah, no, sorry about that.
That's right. We're just seeing Micro Machine finish off Spiny for the first game. And there we go. GG. So yeah, I was just saying, I did like the Nidus attempt, but wasn't quite to be. But
I didn't commit enough. Like he just needs to pop out a couple of units, like 10 lings. Puts bots in a very unique situation, right? I mean, not necessarily unique. Humans have this problem too, but bots even more so, which is, okay, there's 10 lings attacking my bane. If I do nothing, I'm going to lose all my production, right? Like, it's only 10 lings. It's not that big a threat. But if you do nothing, you lose all your production. It's a huge deal. And bots are affected by that even more because bots have a hard time knowing how to split their army, right? Micro Machine's pretty good at it, and that's one of the reasons why he's so strong. Is he does really good multi-prong attacks and puts bots in the situation of like, okay, how do I split my army? Because bots really like the whole F2A move strategy.
Yeah, I know that one well. Anyway, when you're ready to go, next map is Nightshade.
Give me a second.
No problem.
Yeah, it's loading up right now.
Cool.
Asking about computers when they know to resign. Man, Yamabushi, helpful as always. Saying, like when bots break, like some bots have been known to crash, and they haven't crashed a lot recently. Bots have come such a long ways. Like we've been like commentating these tournaments for like 3 years. I took a break recently, but
I remember when we were back in kind of like season sort of like 2 and 3 when Beyond Junior was on and we were doing some random commentary, and it would be like every other game it would be like, oh yeah, it crashed there, but that's fine.
My bot definitely crashed a lot.
Mine was just as bad for it at the time. Like, you know, basically the games between Crookbot and Beyond Junior would just end when one of them crashed, and it would be like, okay, you get yourself into a reasonable situation, but
back then our bots were like some of the strongest on the ladder too.
Yeah.
Now look how far everyone's come.
I think mine would always crash when it lost my original Nexus, but I figured, like, actually, let's not bother fixing that problem because I've lost my Nexus. I've probably lost the game anyway. It's fine.
For sure. As long as, I mean, if we competed again these days, though, like, Nidus 10 links in the main, you lose your Nexus. Like, even if you're in a base race situation, like, you just lose because the game crashes. So I'm loaded and ready to go.
Cool. Right. Okay. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so up in the top left, our blue Zerg down 1-0. It is Spiny. And down in the bottom right, Micro Machine up 1-1. But yeah, so early expand strategy chosen there by Micro Machine. So Spiny doesn't tell us its strategy. I
It
think
looks like
that's,
it thinks it's 1-on-1 so far.
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know what those numbers mean.
Oh yes, so it's possible that so we have a client problem on the Starcraft 2 client at the moment on the latest version. Sometimes the two clients that are playing the game can get disconnected. So essentially, the game plays on, but each bot play with their own version where the other bot does nothing. So
Gotcha.
occasionally that will happen, and obviously, if that happens, the game has to be replayed. So sometimes bots can believe that they've won a game when they haven't, which is annoying for some of the data that the bots have. But unfortunately, there's not much we can really do about that. So uh, other than just replay the game, like I said.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It makes sense. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much you can do about it though. Like the bot crashes. Like it might mess up the AI logic of game plans a little bit, but
Yeah.
like again, if it's no problem, there's not too much we can do. Looks like okay. We got some interesting plays coming out of Spiny though. That's for sure. One base layer, right? I think there's only one thing this can possibly. Well, as I say that, the only one thing it could possibly be. There's actually a few things it could be. He's getting a Roach Warren, probably going to see a Nidus.
Yes, I think so. A slightly earlier Nidus probably than the last one. So
one strategy, like I was just thinking of weird Zerg strategies. One strategy that I don't think I've seen bots go for yet is 2-base Swarm Host.
yeah.
I don't know how good that would be in this current meta, but it's as a human player that's super annoying to fight against. And
Yeah.
I think Swarm Hosts are kind of like Cyclones in a way, where you get value over them over time, like free kills, you know?
Yeah.
And Cyclones are really good in against AIs, so maybe
Yeah.
Swarm Host would be too. I'm not sure.
I think the problem with Swarm Host is that Cyclones are very good against Swarm Host as well. So Micro Machine would be able to probably hold that with a decent amount of Cyclones.
That's true. They're good against Swarm Hosts when you can catch them. So with the combination of Nidus, it helps a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if Micro Machine just moves across the map, you might be in a world of pain.
Yeah. So this Reaper's actually getting a lot done. I think so 4 Zerglings, and he's also seen the Nidus as well, so he knows what's coming. So I'm not sure.
He doesn't have vision of the Nidus though. Not having vision of the Nidus is absolutely massive. Like even as a human player, you don't see where that Nidus is. You don't hear it until it's done, and when it's done, oh, it's too late. So.
And yeah, it's coming in now. It's getting a lot of drone SCV kills here for Micro Machine.
This is a really amusing build order to me. I've never seen a build order where the Nidus finishes and 3 roaches pop out. Like I've never once seen that. Like I played a lot of Starcraft. I played thousands of games of Starcraft, but never once have I ever only seen 3 roaches pop out of the Nidus. But I guess I've never seen a Nidus that finishes at 3 minutes either.
I mean, normally you see a couple of queens pop out with it, but I guess he thinks he doesn't need it. I mean, the Marauders are doing some work onto the roaches now, but it does look like the damage has already been done. Just 6 workers left for Micro Machine.
Yeah, if he cleans it up, it's still anyone's game though. Because you got like it's such a meme, but Terrans have mules, you know, and it's very, very true. When you're on 2 bases and your opponent has 1 base, right? Like the mules come into play a lot, right? Because these roaches are only ever going to do work on the high ground, at least right now, because there's a hard wall bringing it to the low ground. So the natural can keep making SCVs. It has 2 mules worth of mining, and like all said and done, I don't know if that did as much damage as it needed to.
I don't know.
Um,
I think he's got a fairly significant lead, and there's always more roaches he can throw into the Nidus if he needs to. So
I, I'm feeling it for Micro Machine right now. I think Micro Machine's in a pretty massive lead right now,
yeah,
almost
possibly.
insurmountable. I think. I mean, I shouldn't say that as a commentator, but like at least from a human player perspective, because the thing
Yeah,
you got to remember with these Zerg all-ins, every roach you kill and every pair of lings you kill is the same as a worker kill,
yeah,
right? At least this early on, because the opportunity cost, and that's a lot of economic damage that's been sustained to both sides.
yeah,
Additionally, Micro Machine is both bases finished, so that's some pretty good economic lead, and he has a starport with a tech lab, right? That's massive tech advantage.
yeah.
To be fair, Spiny is a lair, but
So
um,
the problem here at the moment I see is that Spiny seems to be just throwing these roaches across one by one into these marauders. That's not
oof,
good.
that's not good.
Yeah, and now
I think
pretty.
it's still maybe anyone's game. There's 3 queens, but they don't have energy. Having energy might be a problem, but the
Yeah,
marauders moving across the map don't have a lot of health either. So, um, the Nidus distracting the Banshee from going across the map.
yeah.
And he parked at the top of the ramp. Come on! Oh no! Keep fighting the marauders. You can't run away. If you run away, oh no!
Oh
Transfused.
no!
Get on the creep. Get on the creep.
Oh no! No, he's back on the creep, and he's just destroying it. I don't.
Attack the
I think he's got
marauders.
it.
No!
I,
No!
I think these marauders are going to do it. That's going to be the saving grace there for Micro
The
Machine.
Lynx buy some time,
Oh
but
yeah.
what was that?
Oh
Oh no! And oh, Spidey's overcommitting to spore crawlers way too hard here.
yeah.
He's built 5 spores so far. When you're down this many workers, you can't afford to kill 5 of your own drones.
No.
You can't afford to kill 2 of your own drones, but you kind of need to if there's close banshees.
I get that, but I still
Come on,
don't
just
think
commit on the marauders. F2 Abu.
yes.
Like, oh, this is. I don't know if you can tell, but this is triggering me just a little bit. Right when the marauders
Oh,
got here,
no.
F2 Abu, and you bleed off the marauders. Or at least just wait till the Lynx come F2 Abu, and you bleed up the marauders.
Yeah, I mean he's got enough here. He could just run in and kill them, but he's not going to do it. Oh no! Just do it. Just commit. Come on. Oh, poor Spiny. He almost did it. I could see he wanted to. But then
So
Micro
the real
Machine.
story of this game is going to be on the production tab, right?
Yeah.
Spiney's still making drones, which is good. He needs to spend basically all his larvae on drones, like right now. He still has a bunch of unspent larvae, but he doesn't have money, and it all just needs to be drones. All of it.
Yeah.
Like he's building an overlord. I don't even know if I can agree with that. Like just supply block yourself on drones. You need as much income as you can to be able to fight this 2-base Terran.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think building the Overlord is probably a good choice, but yeah, everything else I agree.
you think the overlord's a reasonable choice?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he's pretty much supply blocked as it is. So yeah,
that's true. It's not. It's just an ordering thing. I think make the drones, then make the overlord. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a Zerg. I can't tell one way or another. All I know is he's in a bad spot, and he needs as many drones as he can to catch up. And he has larvae. Come on, make drones. Make drones. You have 5 larvae. 6. How many larvae do you have?
he has
12
10.
larvae.
Yeah,
12 larvae. Just make drones.
he's got the money for it. No, he hasn't got the money for it. Sorry.
I mean, he had some larvae. It looks like he was saving up for a third. Again,
He's just not got the minerals for it.
I think getting a third's fine because right now he's fully saturated on his natural, and making more drones doesn't actually help.
Yeah.
It's so brutal.
I got so much done with the early Roach Nidus, but yeah, Micro Machine is in full command of this game now. I think.
I could still come back potential, but it's not looking good.
No.
Like there's definitely some back potential. Like he spent so much money on these spores. Like I think it's like paying off. Like he could have waited though. Oh man, that kind of thing just triggers me.
I still think the Banshees are getting a little bit of work done, even if it's not like as much as it would be as that queen is going to go down, is it? Yeah. Oh. That's not good.
Chad's asking how these bots would compare against human players. I don't think we've ever so these bots aren't allowed on the ladder, so it's hard to know for sure. I think any bot that's in the semifinals is at least platinum, maybe diamond MMR.
Yeah, I think Diamond. We've played them against pros occasionally, and the thing with these bots is that they've got like a bunch of strategies that work really well, but they're quite exploitable. So if you come up against the bot for the first time and you don't know what to expect, there's a good chance that like even a Masters or High Masters player would get beaten by it. But if you played it 2 or 3 times, there's a good chance you'd find exploitable strategies so that so that you could beat it, even if you were kind of like gold or like silver level.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, High Masters. I've never actually been High Master, so I wouldn't know. But
yeah,
I think I don't know. Like, there's at least a chance, definitely a chance that some of these bots can take a game off of Masters players.
Yeah.
But the real tough question is, can they win in a best of 7? I don't think there's any bot out there, with the exception of Alpha Star, that could beat a Masters player in a best of 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So it does look like now these Banshees have got no answer really to this.
Yeah,
Cyclone's
I was going to say counterattack,
well.
but I was going to say counterattack the Zerglings, but there's Hellions on the other side of the map. It's not looking good. I think it's just a matter of time before everything's all said and done and cleaned up.
So I think we can call this one for Micro Machine.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I don't think there's any coming back from this.
Yeah. So GG there. Micro Machine going to go 2-0 up.
I don't know if he should have expanded. I think he should have committed like even harder to roaches.
Yeah. No, I think he basically just needed to, as you say, commit harder, keep going with the Nide of play, and I think he would have got there eventually.
I mean, hindsight's 2020, but
yeah, obviously. So there we have it, 2-0 Micro Machine. Looks like he's doing his own little speed run of this tournament. Possibly looking to book his place in the final. Spiny now needs to win 3 games in a row to deny that. But yeah, so I'm not sure if Micro Machine will change tactics or anything like that. I know he's got a bunch of them.
Micro Machine, a bunch of tactics, dude. It's the same thing every game from him. Like Reapers into Cyclones, into Banshees into Battle Cruisers. It's a solid game plan, and he has a couple different openers of getting there, but like in terms of game plan, it's just the one game plan. And live up to the name of Micro Machine. You get some serious microable units. The Reaper, the Cyclone, the Banshee, the Battle Cruiser, and just go to town with them. It's a decent game plan. Works pretty well.
That seems to be working out well for him anyway.
Sure. I'm loading onto Eternal Empire.
Cool. Yeah, I am good to go.
Yep.
Give me 1 sec.
Yep.
Okay. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so up in the top right on the red Terran, 2-0 up, looking to book his place into his 3rd successive final. It is Micro Machine. And down in the bottom left, looking to come back, needs a reverse sweep, 2-0 down. It is Spiny. So yeah.
I mean, it's always possible. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. I believe the semi-final of our very first tournament had a reverse sweep, which I can't remember who it was between now. I think it was Kagamine and somebody, possibly.
Oh, yeah, Kagamine is such a good bot.
That was. I'd like to see him back, but I think H-Jack's got a job and has no time to do time-wasting things like make bots now, so...
Oh, I got a job? Well, I know that feeling. I got a job in, like... That's basically what happened to Beyond Junior, too, is I got a job.
Yeah. You shouldn't do that, really. So
Yeah.
there you go, guys. If you're going to make bots, don't get jobs. Then just distract you, and it's horrible things, and you shouldn't do it. Yeah.
Spiny taking a novel third location.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's just from the distance algorithm saying this is the third to go to, or if he's doing it to trick his opponent. But
I don't know. I think it could be a distance algorithm. I know Freeway Lover likes to take the not the natural. We actually christened that the unnatural. But
unnatural. Yeah, it's so good. So he's taking the unnatural expansion right now.
yeah.
So that's such a good term for it. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for Sosis to start calling it the unnatural expansion. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Beyond's strategy in the most recent GSL. They had so many opportunities to call it the unnatural.
Maybe we should write to them and tell them.
That we should.
Yeah.
That would be good. Like, because like Beyond's strategy was go to like scout with your 14th, 15th, 16th SCV, and then engineering bay block the natural to force them to expand to the unnatural expansion.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it'd be glorious. GSL, like Beyond's playing again Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. I
depending on your time zone.
I haven't seen the latest one, so.
Were the most recent one with Beyond? Like, there hasn't been GSL in a while. I thought there would be GSL last week, but
wait, I thought there was one today. Was there or?
No, they took a break this week, unfortunately. Because I think what they're doing is the new season started, and they're going to introduce new season maps.
Yeah.
So
that's.
Let's see how the unnatural's working. Micro Machine has seen it, so I don't know if it really paid off.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely seen it, so he knows where to go. But I think the Reaper path was straight up there, wasn't it? So and this Reaper is just very annoying.
So Rasper's giving us some insight. Rasper says Spiny's build meant to be a trick. The unnatural was on purpose, but unfortunately, this is not the build he was hoping for.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Like at this level of play, like I think most of the bugs surrounding which natural to take will have been eradicated.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely. These bots have been pretty well optimized by this point. And that Reaper is just living in the base, just being annoying.
Yeah, it's gotten a healthy number of drone kills if you're the Terran, and a brutal number of drone kills if you're the Zerg.
Yeah, so we're seeing Banshees coming across now from Micro Machine. There's no real anti-air apart from the Queens, and there's no spore crawlers yet. Although I think as soon as Spiny sees that the Banshees are coming out, that he'll probably dump down a bunch of spore crawlers immediately. Which reminds me.
Chat wants to see Micro Machine versus DeepMind, but I don't think any of our bots are that level yet. I've played against Alpha Star.
Yeah,
it's brutal. Like it plays like a Masters Grandmaster level human. Like you can't trick it, you can't exploit it. Like it will scout you, it will beat you. I tried every cheese in the book against it, and it knows how to hold like all of them.
So, I think that's what it's supposed to do, though, isn't it? It was supposed to play like a Masters player. It wasn't supposed to play like a bot player.
Yeah, it blew H-Jax's mind. Like he cannon rushed DeepMind, or I keep calling it DeepMind. Cannon rushed Alpha Star, and Alpha Star pulled workers to the low ground to body block placement of cannons. And
wow.
like that's the level of play it has. Like you're not gonna trick it. You're not gonna like stop it. Like at least our bots could one day get that level, but like it's like that's a high bar to live up to.
Oh, definitely. I don't expect any of our bots to be that level for quite a while. I imagine. Maybe like, some say.
For sure. When like while it's winning, it's indistinguishable from like a Grandmaster. While it's losing, it gets so confused. It's like I only have SCVs and a medevac left. I will load these SCVs into this medevac and do a doom drop with only SCVs because that's all I have left.
Oh,
And you're like, okay, that's not a GM at this point. So, anyways, game's unfolding normal so far.
yeah. I think like the banshees don't really want to get in range of these queens, because the queens. Oh, there's a spore at the back of the base there. I see. Sorry, I entirely missed that for a moment.
Yeah, for sure. It's just tickling the queens right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see these banshees go on for drone. Oh, as I say that, drone got hit, but hasn't got too many drone kills yet. Like, I think you want to be prioritizing the drones here.
Yeah. So there's a spore crawler about to finish, but
yeah, for sure. The thing you gotta remember about Starcraft, AI or not, is you don't have to win the game right away, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just need to do death by 1,000 cuts. So these banshees fly in, do 2 drone kills, you're like, oh, that's nothing. But do that like 100 times, that's 200 drone kills, you know?
Yeah. That's a maxed out army of drones.
Exactly. So, like, just death by 1,000 cuts. Like, even if it's not the most efficient thing in the world, they're still doing good damage.
Yeah.
Like, each banshee's only got like 2 to 3 kills, but 9 workers have gone down this game. So.
And the thing that always amazes me with Micro Machine games is you look at the unit's loss tab, and I just assume it's the bug that they haven't included the Micro Machine losses.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely crazy. Like, I would have thought he would have lost a Banshee by now, to be honest.
No, he doesn't lose that many Banshees. Like.
Oh, I think I know why you're lagging harder. It's because you're streaming.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's like a couple frame rate hiccups and whatnot. Yeah. I like Spiny's like on the main Micro Machine. Just dumping creep on the main.
Nice. That's good. I know he has a Nidus. I wonder if he's going to put a Nidus up.
He better do it soon. One thing. Yeah. Oh no! Don't build a bunch of spores there. No. So at the top left, he's building a bunch of spores. Like, I don't even think this base is going to be alive by the time he transfers. He's transferring so many drones. Like, getting the secret base. Like, I don't think that's a secret base to take.
That's not a secret anymore.
Yeah. Wrestling with area units, that's my strategy. Dude, he's got a Nidus, and if he Niduses now, he's going to kill Micro Machine. Like, pop the Nidus in the main, dump off all this huge army, you'll kill a bunch of the production. You'll deny some upgrades, kill the fusion core, stop the battle cruisers from getting Yamato, might even deny the battle cruisers from even getting out. Supply block him pretty hard, but he's not doing the Nidus play.
Well, he's coming across now, but those Zerglings are going to get roasted. That is something for the barbecue right there. And the battle cruisers are out now, so yeah. There's a couple of Meadalisks, but not anything really to shout about. Zerglings into Hellions is not a nice fight to take for the Zerglings.
Oops. I was trying to pull up the workers lost and accidentally skipped back to the start of the replay.
Oh. Do you want to just...
Control R right next to each other. And chat's bringing up, oh, why don't you just hit launch together in BattleNet? Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work like that. Bot replays just don't let you open. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that prevent you from watching together on BattleNet. Like, different versions of the game prevent you from doing that, and bot replays prevent you from doing that.
Yeah. Do you want me to... you want to just fast forward it until you get to 10 minutes?
Okay, sure.
I will keep.
I was trying to pull up the units lost for Micro Machine.
Yeah.
It's still 0.
Oh,
okay, so I'm at 10. I'm at 10:02 right now.
Okay, I want 10:11. So give me a shout when you get to 10:11. Actually, just
okay.
go
I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. So he's one Hellion is his entire losses for the game, and it's like, it's crazy. Yeah, those roaches are not going not having a nice day. And if you look at the supplies, it's 200 for Micro Machine, just 72 for Spiny.
Yeah, I wish I could see income graphs after this game because like this is pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Just how different the supplies are. We got 69 supplies, nice, to the 200 supply of Micro Machine, right? That's an
yeah,
absurd difference. Like, it hasn't even been that big a difference in, like, economy, like, this whole game. It's just been, oh, I've been picking up stuff for free slowly this whole game, and you
yeah.
haven't killed any of my stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much the value he's getting with his Banshees and his Cyclones, and now the Battle Cruisers is crazy. It's just so much more value than anything Spiny's allowed to have.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's absolutely crazy.
But oh, cancelling offensive from Micro Machine. And did he actually get? Yeah, he got another Banshee there. So second kill of the game for Spiny.
Nice. He's coming back.
Yeah, yeah. And this is actually Micro Machine hasn't had a lot of successes against Spiny recently. Obviously, Spiny was champion of the Probots tournament, and the previous Probots tournament, Spiny managed to take out Micro Machine with a huge shock there. So really some nice improvement there from Micro Machine as well to kind of counter this strategy.
One of the things you gotta remember about Micro Machine is his name's kind of a misnomer. He's a serious macro machine. He's
Yeah,
macroing harder than most Zergs I play against macro. It's pretty
yeah.
impressive.
I mean, how many? 7 bases now to Spiny's 4.
I like the Raven. Micro
Yeah,
Machines learned that burrowing is going to be a thing, so he just got a Raven.
yeah. Some nice adaptation there. And now he's just going to push into the base. Alright, so I think we're almost ready to call this one here. I think I don't think there's any way back here for Spiny at all, especially with this base here being taken down. Unless you are in disagreement.
Yeah, this has been. He's been a dead man walking for quite some time. I hate to say, but
Yeah,
it's not horribly unexpected considering the pure skill of Micro Machine.
yeah. So I'm gonna put
It's
this
a
one
shame.
on
Both
forward.
bots played very well, and I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of Spiny's infestors. I
yeah,
think there's a lot of Zergs who are just like, oh my goodness, like I can't beat Terran mech. Like, how do I beat this Terran mech? And it's like, well, you beat it with Terran mech.
yeah.
You just get a bunch of infestors and Terran mech them to death.
You basically steal them all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So his entire losses in this game, well, he did suffer a few more losses at the end, but still, look at the units lost tab. It's like, what, a 10, what, yeah, 10 to 1 advantage for Micro Machine, and what a superb bot, well-deserved entry to the final.
Both bots absolutely spectacular. It's always
Yeah,
I want to say disappointment, but it's not the right word. It's a shame. It feels like something of value is lost every time one of these bots gets eliminated because they're all
yeah,
so good. Like it's just,
yeah.
it
It's
feels
going
like
crazy now.
it feels like you have to give like a gold medal or like you only have one gold star left on your sticker sheets, but you have two kids and they've both been so good, and you're like, okay, I only could give one of you the gold star. Who do I give it
Yeah,
to? And it just pains you, you know?
just rip the
Like,
gold star in half and give them half a star each.
yeah, or like, yeah, that's what you're worth, half a star.
But no, superb. So we will see all of these bots tomorrow night. So we'll see obviously Strelok and Micro Machine in our final, but we'll also see Three-Way Lover and Spiny face off in the third place match. Let me just take a look now at where that leads our tournament. If I can just get that up. Uh, so yeah, there we have it. Uh, as I was just saying, pretty much self-explanatory on that. But yeah, so what do you reckon about seeing Strelok and Micro Machine?
It is one of my favorite matchups. Both bots are just so talented.
Yeah, that's really good. Ketrock described Strelok as a mini Micro Machine last week on the stream, and I kind of like that description. I think Strelok has a lot of good things going, and obviously trying to emulate the success of Micro Machine is never an easy thing.
Yeah, no, it
But
definitely isn't. They have distinct play styles too. It's pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that Marauder Rush is scary. Although
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think he's got something else to show against Terran. Hopefully, um, we'll see tomorrow. So yeah, that pretty much concludes our semi-finals, and ridiculously excited for our final tomorrow. That should
No,
be
no,
good.
absolutely.
But yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Doctor, thank you very much for coming on at short notice. You've been
Yeah, no,
amazing.
anytime.
Again,
If you need me
awesome.
tomorrow, hit me up.
Well, if you want
Otherwise,
to come on, you're more than welcome. I think we've got Ketrock on as well, but you're
okay.
welcome to come on and have a three-way
Either way, I'll
cast.
definitely tune in for the stream.
Yeah,
So,
you're welcome anytime. But
for sure.
thank you very much, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. Take
See
care.